Okay. Kind of weird. First time filming myself talking to a camera, so I kind of feel retarded. Anyway, I am documenting my hunt. I'm actually out predator calling for cougars, which is kind of a rare thing, I guess. Nobody really does it, mainly because it's really hard and it takes a lot of dedication. I almost sound like a dork, but it takes a lot of dedication, and for some reason I obsess over it. So I kind of quit. I say quit. I don't pursue deer and elk like I used to. Never really did elk a whole lot. Just mainly spending my time looking for cougar. And normally I would go out in the snow and look for tracks and try to get on a hot fresh set of tracks. You know that he's there because they're really hard to locate any other way. Without a sighting or fresh tracks, you're pretty much just looking for a needle in a haystack. And it's September, and as you can see, not anywhere close to snowing. And any normal person that was doing this probably wouldn't be out chasing cats, but I happen to live in a very good area for cougar. The population is out of control. In fact, I go out in the snow and I find just as many cat tracks, just as many predator, actually more predator if you include coyote. I find more coyote tracks, bobcat tracks, cougar tracks than I do deer and elk. And it's getting out of hand. And I've always obsessed with killing one since I was like, I don't know, 12 I think when I started hunting. Saw my first set of tracks that year, and it just got me really amped up. Always been really curious and always thought that there'd be a way to do it. And everybody I've ever talked to says there's no way it can't be done without hounds. Now, personally, I think we need to bring back hound hunting, get the population thinned out. But this hunt, I want without hounds. I want it on film. I don't want hounds for this hunt. I want to call them in. Now, hound hunting was banned, I want to say like the late 80s in Washington. That's where I'm at, Western Washington. And so the next best thing to getting one, aside from just pure shithouse luck out hunting deer or something, is to call them in with, like you would coyote or a bobcat. However, I have a series of cougar vocals that is very important. If I ever release this video, I will give you the name of where I got cougar vocals, assuming that everything's cool with the guy that created them. I can't imagine he wouldn't want some advertisement for it, but you never know. It's one of those things you gotta get permission for. So right now that's censored. I'm using a Fox Pro wireless collar. Can't remember the name of it. It's like, it's one of the higher up ones, but you don't have to have one. In fact, you can hand call for the cougar. The problem with that is then you're very limited to your movement. You're very limited to how you hide yourself. On and on and on that goes. So anyway, I use Fox Pro. I have 10 custom cougar sounds on there, and they all do something different. I'm not going to get into detail about that. Anyway, it's a lot of sitting and a lot of waiting, and if you're ever considering doing this, it's just remember that you're gonna have days. You're gonna do, I do anywhere from 2 to 5 stands a day. 5 is the absolute most I've ever done. That was yesterday. Now when it's snowing, and that's when this is way more productive. You just spend your time doing what I'm doing right now, driving, just driving around, covering ground. Cover as much ground as you can. You'll look for tracks, and you'll try to follow the tracks, and you'll try to make your best judgment how to set up and get, I guess, to where they don't see you, but you can see them. And there's a lot to that. I'm not gonna get into a full-blown seminar here on how to do it, but needless to say, it's very hard. I've been doing this for probably my 4th or 5th year, but I didn't get cougar vocals until I think 3 years ago, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Missed my turn here. Didn't know what the hell I was doing until the last 2 years, I guess. So I guess I had my call for probably 4 years now. So September, dry, very loud, very noisy, very hard to set up. But I'm doing it because this is what has to be done. I had a cougar call in 2 months ago, so it would have been somewhere July, I think, early July, maybe mid-July, somewhere in there. I went out just calling for coyote, not even doing anything serious. I was using distress sounds, and I actually was kind of waiting to go to a different area for a night hunt. I wanted to try night hunting for the first time, and well, it was kind of early when I got out there, so I decided I would set up at another spot that's loaded with deer and chasing deer through there. The last few years archery hunting, and I walked in there probably 500 yards from the pavement, picked out a stump, just kind of randomly picked one. Normally when I go out, I have a rhyme and reason to everything I do. And I set up according to the scenery, just how you can see, how you think they're going to approach, how I'm going to get the sound out, which direction I want the sound to come from, which direction I think a cat's most likely to come from. There's a lot of factors in it. This one, I was just kind of going out, burning up some daylight. So I figured, well, I'll just go set out on that stump. Threw my pack up on the stump, sat on there for a minute, and I'm like, yeah, there's a good stump out, I don't know, 60 yards out or so. I'm like, yeah, it looks like a good spot to put the collar. So I hike out there, put the collar out, and I'm just calling distress, haven't busted out the cougar vocals. I'm right 12, 15 minutes, somewhere into it, and I mean, I'm like half asleep, kind of just not taking it very seriously, because was just a midday, hot day. I mean, it was probably 75 to 80 degrees. It was warm, dry, just wasting time. That's all I was doing, wasting time. And about 15 minutes into it or so, here comes this cougar, 30 yards away. Comes right in between me and my collar. And had I been really paying attention, I may have seen him sooner. But I wasn't really taking it seriously, so I never saw him till he was 30 yards away. Now, a lot of that cat snuck in through a clear cut. And yes, I wasn't paying full attention, but at the same time, I kind of was. You know, it's still hunting. And anyway, I saw him. Obviously, it's out of season, or I would have just pulled up the gun and shot. Well, sitting there, I'm freaking out because it's the first time I called one in and saw it. I believe I called at least another one in, but I can't prove it. This one, it was there, and I couldn't film it, couldn't reach my phone. That hunt, I was actually just going to leave everything in the truck, just grab what I needed. But I was driving my old pickup, and decided, well, I can't really lock my door, so I better just take everything with me. So I just shoved my phone in my pack, my wallet, and everything. Waiting for a guy to pass here. And started hoofing it out there. Anyway, where were we? So this cat comes in, and I can't reach the phone because it's in my pack. And my pack, I just can't reach my phone. And every time I'm trying to grab my pack, you can see his ears twitching. He's looking at the collar. So he's broadside to me, but I can see the back of his head. And ears are twitching every time I go to grab my pack. So I hit the collar, and I just let it play a sequence. I was playing not Jackrabbit Distress. I think I was playing like Snowshoe Hare or something. And I flip over to Cougar vocals, and it must have been, I got it all on film. I started filming, and I don't know, I was calling with my, I didn't even think it was 2 minutes. 2 minutes of Cougar vocals. It's probably more like 1 minute. And I look over, you know, these things are incredibly stealthy. Like, unbelievably stealthy. And I look, I mean, this is in plain view, and I'm looking to my right, and I think he's going to be over to the right, so I'm just kind of watching that way. And I pan over to the left. There he is, sitting on top of the stump, looking towards the collar. You can see his head moving back and forth a little bit, looking. I watched him crawl off the stump. He circled all the way around the collar. And I must have had him there for a good 45 minutes total. I watched him out in the clear cut. I got some really good pictures through the scope. That was pretty exciting. Grabbed my call, slipped out of there quietly, and just couldn't wait to tell everyone about it. It was just by far the coolest experience. I just got a cougar. You're not gonna fucking believe it. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry right now. I just fucking called in a cougar. There it is. There it is. Just throwing all the cougar sounds at it. I'm 27 minutes into it. He came from right there, and I shot him right there. I cannot believe this just happened. I cannot fucking believe this. Oh my god. I am shaking right now. 23 minutes in. 28 now. Okay. Sitting right here. Came in from right there. That's like, I don't know, 15, maybe 20 yards. I'm gonna pack my stuff up here and see if I can get this damn thing out of here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of back in here ways, but I saw his tracks on the main road, and I decided I would loop on this ridge that went above the tracks, but I never could find where the tracks cut over. But I decided to give it a shot anyway, and it paid off. Cannot believe it. It paid off. Look at this. Look at this. There's his track. There's the blood. There it is. I cannot believe this. Okay. Looks like a damn good shot, but oh my god. There's the hole. Look at that. Oh my god. Wow. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever seen or what? I cannot believe it.